What's up everybody, Kinetic here, and welcome back to another Things I Found Interesting in Weekly Gaming News video. This week has some interesting, if not very controversial subjects, I think. First of all, we're going to talk about the Overwatch Summer Games loot boxes. And really, it's more of a topic on the Overwatch loot boxes in general. Something that I have found that is so distasteful for me personally as a gamer that even though I pre-ordered this game and was getting really hyped for it, as soon as I discovered that there were these loot boxes, what they contained, what they cost and stuff like that, I was instantly turned off by this, and I find it to be kind of a shady practice now by Blizzard. And it's a weird paradox for me too, because at the same time I denounce these loot boxes in Overwatch, I have no problem with many of the other microtransactions in other Blizzard games, and will even go as far as to defend many of them. For example, the card packs in Hearthstone, I defend those because that's just a regular practice by trading card games, like for example Magic the Gathering that's been doing it for decades. You would buy booster packs that would contain cards inside. Some people call this pay to win. I don't call it pay to win because you can't directly pay for exactly the most powerful cards. It's random, right? In games like World of Warcraft, we have trivial items like mounts and things like that. In Heroes of the Storm, we have skins and even really cool themed skins that change the voice, the spell effects and stuff like that, as well as the look of the character. So why is it that it's okay for those games to have those kinds of microtransactions, but I don't like the loot boxes in Overwatch? It's wrong that it's RNG to me, because why can't we have the exact same system that we have in Heroes of the Storm, for example, where you can buy a skin, that may have some kind of cool voiceover as well, like I said, special effects or whatever themed around that. Like for example, the Asmo Dunk skin has a really cool bundle of unique voice acting lines, skin and effects and stuff like that, and you purchase that directly because you know that you want to play that character and you find that skin and bundle to be really cool. Why can't we do that in Overwatch? It doesn't really make sense to me. If I want a really cool skin for Tracer, why do I have to have an RNG system, right, that may make me pay more and more and more money than I really want to get a bunch of crap that I'm not interested in just for the chance at having the skin for Tracer? Why can't we buy a bundled Widow theme kind of a deal where it changes her voice acting, gives her cool skin and extra effects? Instead we have to try and find that through an RNG system. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and it seems like Blizzard is starting to experiment with even more debatable microtransaction practices, but I am gonna leave it at that. I want to know what you guys think about the loot boxes and how they compare. Is it fair? Is it worth it? According to the IGN crew who opened up a bunch of these boxes, they're not worth the purchase. Next up, we have news about Battlefield 1 collector's editions that are starting to pop up for sale that do not include the game. Yes, there is a collector's edition for Battlefield 1 that you can buy from Amazon for $129, might as well say $130, plus shipping, that includes all the cool collector's edition stuff that we've seen, but doesn't include the game. And I find this to be rather shenanigan-y because, well, for one, this does not look like $130 worth of merchandise. That's a cool statue, but that is not $130 or even $100 statue in my mind. It comes with some cards, a patch, a cloth. Whoop-de-doo. Does that really seem like $130 worth of merchandise to you? Because it doesn't to me. The game should most certainly come with this collector's edition if it's going to have that kind of price tag. This isn't to say that this is the only collector's edition that is available. Oh, there is a collector's edition that does include the game for $189.99 plus shipping and handling. This is showing all the signs, as usual, of EA on the warpath trying to divide and conquer us from our wallets. There's also a third, possibly, or at least up to this point, it seems, Battlefield 1 exclusive Collector's Edition Deluxe version for $209, might as well say $210 plus shipping and handling. And what's the difference between the deluxe and the regular version? Good luck finding that out, because it sure as hell doesn't make that clear here on the page. But if you scroll down, we get an interesting Q&A that says, what's the difference between the deluxe and standard collector's editions? And the answer was, deluxe version comes with the Sinister Deluxe version, whatever the hell that means, plus the Steelbook standard version is everything else but the game. Hard to tell them apart. What? It really needs to be a simplified version, I think, for the collector's edition that does most certainly come with the game if people want to purchase a collector's edition, because it's not as though EA isn't throwing out hundreds, probably thousands of free keys for news outlets to talk about the game. Probably YouTubers as well are getting free game keys for Battlefield 1, but they couldn't include that in a $129 collector's edition. Doesn't sound right to me, but hey, you guys let me know what you think about that. Third and finally, in Shenanigan gaming news, we have the whole drama surrounding the Pokemon Go and third-party apps and websites that help you track and find the Pokemons that you're looking for Pokemon Go. This is an article posted back on the 29th by Tech Insider saying creator of Pokemon Go wants to shut down the game's unofficial apps. They don't want other companies, other people of any kind using their game basically to help players in any kind of way, because it says they violate the game's terms of service by scraping data from the game's servers to see exactly where and for how long certain creatures spawn on the map. Basically, the creators consider these third-party sites and apps to be helping players to cheat their way through the game, as if they're afraid that you just might catch them all, right? Well, here we have another article posted on the 31st by Kotaku that says PokeVision and other Pokemon Go trackers shut down for unclear reasons. I don't know why they put unclear reasons in the title, because they thoroughly go into very detailed explanation as to what the situation is and why these sites are being shut down. Now, where the shenanigans part comes in is we have a quote here from Kotaku that says, I reached out to Yang Liu, I'm really poor at pronouncing some Asian names, PokeVision's proprietor, and he was cagey about what he could and could not say about the situation. When I asked him if PokeVision was down because of high volume, he assured me that traffic has been the same and that he could not say anything further. This guy is basically being shut up. And for what reason? Why would he have reason to be afraid to talk? Well, that's because he is under legal threat now, as well as many others, for having any kind of third-party app or any kind of third-party site or anything even to say about the situation versus what Pokemon Go developer is doing to shut them down. Cease and desist orders are being sent out to these poor guys, and I actually read Mr. Yang's open letter to John Hank and Niantic. This guy is a very passionate Pokemon fan and one of the creators of PokeVision, the site and app that helps you track the Pokemon that you want to find in the game. And he goes on to basically explain that his site, which was a free service, right, was in reaction to basically the demand for players to want to try and find the Pokemon that they are looking for, because there is no reliable tracking service at all inside of the game itself. Millions of people found it so much more fun and enjoyable to have some kind of ability to find the Pokemon that they want to find. They don't consider this to be cheating the way that the developers of Pokemon Go seem to consider this to be cheating. Instead, that it enhances the experience and gives them more reason and keeps them glued to playing Pokemon Go. It really seems like a shame to me that the developers of Pokemon Go are making an active effort like this to shut down and threaten these people should they continue to try and create third-party apps or services for players to basically enjoy the game even more. I mean, we don't have this problem for lots of other games that do exactly the same thing as what the services of PokeVision are doing for Pokemon Go. I mean, I play World of Warcraft, right? And there are loads of third-party companies that are using the World of Warcraft services to track and draw information to have add-ons and things like that for players to install for the game to enhance the experience. Why is Pokemon Go being so selfish about this? If the creators of Pokemon Go want to strong-arm and stop third-party apps and sites from creating tools and things like that, then the creators really need to step up their game and start putting these kinds of tools in the game themselves. And that's all I've got for you guys in this week's Things I Found Interesting in Gaming News weekly video. I want to know what you guys think now down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these Gaming News weekly videos, and I'll try to keep them out on a weekly basis, try to keep fishing for some interesting and unique stories related to popular and maybe some unknown games as well. So stay subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.